All right, guys, we are going to be ranking the strongest JoJo main villain. We're going to start off, with like the tier levels from S, A, B, C, and D, and F. So we got all the main villains. We talked about this. We figured it out. We are like, where do they rank? Starting off this list with Diavolo, we have him at B tier. Now, don't get me wrong. He can see into the future. He can erase time. His stand is strong. He even beat Polnareff, and Polnareff is fast. He blitzed Polnareff, even though he was using King Crimson. But compared to the others on this list, he would just get destroyed. And he doesn't also have that one key factor that we're going to mention in later. This is why he ranks at B tier.
I know it might seem a little crazy to put him at B tier, and I know a lot of people compare King Crimson to the world. There's a lot of debate on, which stand is stronger, who would win in a fight, Diavolo or Dio. And while their stands are very close, you can even argue Diavolo has the better, stronger stand. There's just like a major difference between Diavolo and Dio. Remember, we're ranking villains overall, not, just stands. That puts Dio above Diavolo and, some of the other villains on this list too.
Next up, we have Pars. Now, we decided, hey, he's a pillarman. He created the stone mask. He's a genius. Okay, he even became the ultimate life form. He can walk in the sun, he can regen, he can turn his hand into like a vampiric squirrel. We're gonna put him at A here. Okay, he could definitely beat Diavolo, or rather, we should say that Diavolo cannot beat Cars. Cars would probably somehow find a way.
Pars is like a very interesting character. I mean, he's introduced in part 2, but he's just like stronger than a lot of the other villains that come after. This is ultimate Cars we're talking about. His regeneration ability is insane. There's not many characters that could actually hurt him. And then his ability to just like morph his body. He has the DNA of every single creature on Earth. Plus, you just add that to the Pillarman abilities. He already has no weakness to the sun. Cars is just kind of like way overpowered. I mean, he's not as strong as some of the fans introduced like really late into the series, so that's why he's an A tier, but he's above a guy like Diavolo just because he's way too overpowered. Like, there's nothing that could be done to hurt him by a lot of characters in the series.
And the thing is he doesn't even have a stand, which is like the crazy thing. Now, we're not talking about like, what is it, the 32 cars on Mars, the George Joestar stuff. No, that's not canon. We don't care about that. That Cars is actually broken. He has like the world ultimate or whatever, Aerosmith ultimate, whatever. That's different. But Cars, like regular Cars, like ultimate regular Cars, could like just beat Dio. Speaking of Dio, we also have him at A tier as well, but he's not as high as Cars because Cars could probably beat Dio. Okay, first off, Dio is not immune to the sun, but Cars is. Cars can, he's more mobile, and he can also not get damage from Dio. Dio can't hurt him, so he's not as high up.
We have Dio. We were hinting at this when we were ranking Diavolo. We have Dio a whole tier above Diavolo because their stands might be, about equal, but we're taking each character at their strongest. So part 3 Dio, awakened Dio after he got the blood of Joseph Joestar. His regenerative ability just got way better, and he just has other vampiric abilities, vampiric strength. So when you take that into consideration, even if Diavolo gets some hits on him, should be fine. I mean, he fought against Jotaro, and a bloodlusted Jotaro to hit him with a weak spot of his body to destroy him. But, when you have the healing ability, you have the vampire strength, his time stop was getting longer and longer. Each passing moment, he has like infinite stamina, basically, unless you destroy his brain. So, yeah, Dio, with this stand and vampire abilities, is just a lot stronger.
And that was the key point we were talking about. But next up, we have Howler, Acca Howler. Just put him in F. Dude, we don't even know if he's a main villain. We only saw his stand. He was just ore farming with his stand. F. He's a regular human. We don't even know what his stand ability is. And like, part 9 stands. I mean, Rohan's basically like top 3. So that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, guys. I mean, I guess a light spoiler alert if you haven't read part 9, but there's like a stand user that has to use a gun for combat, and it's not part of their stand. Like, that's just embarrassing. So that's not a good sign for Howler.
And it's not even like it's like like Sex Pistols or anything where it can like change the direction of bullet, or like, you know, that one stand in part 6 with John Gallier's stand where you could like, you know, Manhattan transfer change like the bullet's direction. No, it's just they're using a gun and not doing anything special to it. So anybody on this list could beat them, unless Araki's like, he watches this video, by the way. If you didn't know, Araki subscribed. Unless Araki changes his mind. Next up, we have Vunny Valentines. We're gonna throw him at S tier, and the reason why is because everyone below him could not beat him. They're not gonna get past Love Train. Okay, all the fortune is just gonna like protect him.
Again, this is villains in their strongest form. So he has everything D4C had to offer, and then you add Love Train on top of that. Everyone below him, they try to hit him. Oh no, you know, he's the luckiest person in the world. All misfortune is directed away, and it's going to make their way back toward the person who attacked him. Like, I mean, one of the most broken stands in the entire series. There's just nobody below him could do really anything.
And on that note, next up we have Part 1 Dio Brando. We're going to throw him at C. Now, here's the thing. He is a vampire, he's not a pillarman, and he doesn't have a stand. Everyone else on this list has a stand or is like a pillarman or is a vampire, but he's missing one crucial fact. You know, he just doesn't have a stand yet, therefore he cannot, you know, compete against the other ones. You know, he might be able to beat Acca Howler because, you know, part 9, but part 1 Dio, what's he gonna do against cars? Like Joseph would easily beat Dio. No, Caesar Zapelli would easily beat, you know, part 1 Dio. Diavolo, dude, he could literally just damage him. Like Dio can't even see stands. Part 3 Dio's also a vampire, so he would just casually beat him. So yeah, C.
You do enough damage to part 1 Dio. I mean, he is a vampire. He does have regeneration, but you know, there's still a limit to it. We saw, and he got beat by Jonathan, just a Hamon user. Not a lot of training. Like, Jonathan is actually one of the weaker Hamon users, like, in the series, and Dio lost him.
He only knew it for a while. Yeah, like imagine like a team of Hamon users.
Like, dude, that the weakest pillarman, Santana from part 2, probably beats Dio easily, dude. Like, he just eats him for breakfast.
Yeah, he would just absorb him and like, yep. Because he literally did that to another vampire. But with that being said, we're gonna have Pucci. He's up next. Now, we're gonna place Pucci just below Vunny Valentine, because I think if Vunny Valentines and Pucci were to fight, you know, he's not going to be able to beat the fortune that Vunny Valentines has, but he would probably beat everyone else on this list. He could just split them. He could literally beat Dio. Come on, part 1 and 2 Dio Howler. He's just that fast.
Yeah, it's really just made in heaven Pucci. I mean, he has basically infinite speed, and you're also combining this, like, he's actually one of the smarter villains. I mean, besides Hars, who's a pillarman, like, he might be the smartest villain. He outsmarted Jotaro and everyone else. He beat Jotaro, Jolene, Anasui, Emporio, Hermes.
Well, Emporio beat him in the end, but I mean, he basically beat the whole cast.
Kind of easily. I mean, it's just like made in heaven. You know, he also can speed up the world at the entire universe, and that would create problems for everybody.
And he did move and stop time, and I guess there was a chance Jotaro could have beat him, but like, nah, I don't know. But with that being said, we're gonna move on to Yoshikage Kira. We're gonna put him at bottom of B tier. Now, you know, thing is he does have an ability to like manipulate time, but he can only really go back, and he kind of loses his stand ability. I mean, I guess Bites the Dust could, in theory, beat you, but you know, like Killer Queen's not that strong compared to the other stands in terms of like strength and speed. So that's why we have it like this.
Yeah, guys. I mean, here requires like very specific setup to win. It's not just automatic. You know, his bombs. You know, if you touch it, you're gone. But you know, you have to be taken by surprise by it. You know, he has to have invisible air bubbles going to you, and then Bites the Dust, like, that's useless for actual combat. And then we saw once he, you know, when he was fighting Koichi, you know, oh, he was beating him easy, but once he got to the big dogs, Josuke and Jotaro, they were just like mopping the floor.
Dog walking him. Yeah.
It's not even close.
He wasn't doing anything.
You know, we can't put him in the same tier as, you know, part 1 Dio, because he's still probably easily beats him because of his stand. But
he would just touch him and he's gone, or throw like a rock near him and then boom. Killer Queen's already touched the doorknob. Killer Queen's already touched the loaf of bread. You guys know this guy. He's the head doctor. Okay, just put him in top of S. He's the strongest in this list. He's the strongest villain so far, unless we're proven otherwise. We have Toru. Okay, this is a rock human. He's not even human. Okay, he's a rock human. So he just has like a weirder biology. But that aside, his stand ability just literally is like the flow of calamity itself. I don't care who you have up against him on this list. That might change in the future, but whoever's gonna fight him in this list is gonna meet their end or doom. Somehow, some way, the calamity will get them. Like, think about it like this. If Vunny Valentines went to attack or pursue Toru, who knows? Maybe a spin user would show up and just dog walk him. Who knows?
I mean, for Wonder View, I mean, it's not quite the ultimate defensive ability, you know, if you want to do like Gold Experience Requiem or Love Train, but it's offense and defense. They're basically the same thing. They're just like way too overpowered. Like, to be defeated, Josuke literally needed an ability that didn't exist in the real world to beat him, so he couldn't be targeting him with it, right? If you're pursuing him, you're gonna get hit by calamity and you're just not gonna win. Toru is probably at worst like the second strongest character in JoJo. I think really only like Giorno with Gold Experience Requiem kind of has an argument, maybe like Vunny Valentine, depending on things, but I mean, Toru's just way too strong.
Yeah, he's way too broken. And on that note, guys, we hope you like this list. I think we might make another video with the second class main villains. Give a list if you think you know any of their names in the comments. And with that, thanks for watching.